You finally decided you want to start learning programming, but you don't know where to start? Well, worry no more, because in this video I'm going to show you the top 3 programming languages you should learn in 2022. So with that said, let's get into the video. So my criteria on choosing those programming languages are based on my own experience, how easy it is to start learning programming with them, the support and demand each one has, what it's most used for, and of course the salaries you can expect. If you are just starting programming, then you should always pick a language that has a big community supporting it, so it's easy to find tutorials and get help from other developers by using forums like Stack Overflow, which will make your learning experience a lot better. In the third place, I have chosen Java. Java is a class-based, object-oriented programming language. While it's easy to learn, I have placed it in the third place because the learning curve required to learn Java is a lot bigger than the two programming languages I'm going to mention next. What is Java used for? Well, Java is mostly used for desktop, mobile, and game applications. So if you want to make applications like Spotify, or you want to make games like Minecraft, then Java is a perfect choice for you. What salaries you can expect? I did some research on Indeed, and salaries for a Java developer in the United States are about 100,000 USD. That changes depending on the field, so the salary might differ if you are a mobile developer, or if you are a desktop application developer, or if you are a game developer, etc. etc. So that matters. Big well-known companies like Microsoft or Cisco will pay a lot more and they have more benefits. Next, I have chosen JavaScript in the second place. JavaScript is my favorite language, but I have placed it in the second place because, again, this video is for beginners, and the next programming language I'm going to mention is even easier to learn. So that's why it's on the second place, but I totally recommend it if you want to learn it. So JavaScript is a text-based programming language used for both client-side and server-side that allows you to make web pages interactive. Where HTML and CSS gives you structure and style for your web pages, JavaScript gives web pages interactive elements that engage the user. What is JavaScript used for? Well, JavaScript is mostly used for anything related to web, so you can do backend development, frontend development, which is mostly design, full stack development, which includes everything, and also web scraping. So any websites you have visited before, they are using JavaScript, so you can see the demand for it. You can also do more than that though. You can do mobile development using React Native. So React Native is actually a lot easier in my opinion than using the programming language for making the mobile app. So yeah, have that in mind. So what salaries can you expect? Well, salaries are almost the same. Just because you learn another language doesn't mean you will be paid more. It's basically the demand for it. So if you have a company in mind, for example Google, then you want to research what that company mostly use and also the positions they offer for that language. So have that in mind. But for JavaScript in general, the salary is higher at 110,000 USD. Of course that varies. Okay, so for the field, the location, and the company you are working for. Big well-known companies like Netflix or Uber pay a lot more. Finally, I have chosen Python in the number 1 place. It was and still is the most preferred language, as it makes it very easy to start learning, as even someone that doesn't know programming, if they read your code and they know English, they can read Python. Python is easy to use, making it a great choice for beginners and experts alike. Python readability makes it a great first programming language you should learn, and it allows you to think like a programmer and don't waste time with confusing syntax. What is Python used for? Well, Python is basically used for anything. You can do anything you can think of. Python is a multi-purpose language, so it can be used for making websites, mobile apps, and desktop apps, and also do machine learning, artificial intelligence, and more. So yeah, Python is the best language so far, and it's basically both easy to learn and has so much uses for. And basically, almost every company uses Python nowadays. So that's why I totally recommend you learn Python first. And then by learning Python, you can easily pick up any other language after that. So that's why I recommend Python. You can easily learn it and you can easily learn how programming works, and that allows you to learn other programming languages easier. What salaries can you expect? Well, again, the salaries are basically the same for every programming language. It always depends on the position you take, the company you work for, and those type of things. But in general, for Python, the salary is at 110,000 USD dollars in the United States. And big well-known companies, again, like Netflix, Spotify, or Facebook, will probably pay you a lot more than that, so have that in mind. So yeah, that's it for this video. Let me know down in the comments which language you will pick to start learning programming. And if you took any value from this video, I would really appreciate if you hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of my future videos.